The Bhagavad Gita, often referred to as the Gita, is a 700-verse Hindu scripture that is part of the Indian epic Mahabharata. The text is a conversation between Prince Arjuna and the god Krishna, who serves as his charioteer, taking place on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Just before a great war is about to begin, the Gita presents a deep philosophical discussion on duty, righteousness, and the nature of the self, aiming to offer guidance on how to live a fulfilling and meaningful life. The Bhagavad Gita is structured as a dialogue and is divided into 18 chapters, each focusing on different aspects of life, spirituality, and the human experience. Its teachings are a synthesis of various paths to spiritual realization, including devotion, bhakti, knowledge, jnana, and disciplined action karma. It addresses complex questions about ethics, duty, and the purpose of human existence, while also presenting a framework for living a balanced and harmonious life. The context: Arjuna's dilemma. The Gita opens with Arjuna, a warrior prince and leader of the Pandava faction, who is deeply troubled and paralyzed by doubt. He is about to engage in battle against his own relatives, teachers, and friends who are aligned with the Kauravas, a rival family. Faced with the moral and emotional turmoil of killing people he loves and respects, Arjuna is overwhelmed by despair and throws down his bow, refusing to fight. Arjuna's inner crisis reflects a broader human experience. He is torn between his emotional attachments and his sense of duty. He knows that it is his duty as a warrior, kshatriya, to fight, but he cannot bear the thought of killing his kin. His confusion and sorrow lead him to question the morality of war and the purpose of life itself. This sets the stage for Krishna, his charioteer, to offer guidance on how to resolve the conflict between duty and personal attachment. Krishna's teachings, paths to liberation. Krishna's teachings in the Gita provide Arjuna and, by extension, the reader with profound insights into life, duty, and the spiritual path. The core of Krishna's message is that life is filled with challenges and uncertainties, but the key to inner peace and fulfillment lies in performing one's duties without attachment to the results. Krishna presents several paths toward liberation, each suited to different temperaments and stages of spiritual development. 1. Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. Krishna emphasizes the importance of karma yoga, or the path of selfless action. According to this philosophy, one should perform their duties with complete dedication, but without attachment to the fruits of their actions. Krishna advises Arjuna to engage in the battle without worrying about the outcome, whether victory or defeat. The idea is that individuals must act in accordance with their dharma, righteous duty, but the results of their actions are ultimately beyond their control. Karma Yoga encourages a person to maintain equanimity and inner peace by focusing on the present moment and fulfilling their responsibilities, rather than being driven by desires or fear of failure. This path teaches that action is inevitable, but true freedom comes from renouncing attachment to the outcomes of those actions. 2. Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of devotion. Another key aspect of Krishna's teachings is Bhakti Yoga, or the path of devotion and love for God. Krishna explains that the highest form of spiritual practice is to surrender completely to the divine and act out of love and devotion to God. In this path, individuals seek union with the divine by dedicating all their actions, thoughts, and desires to God. Bhakti Yoga is presented as a simple and accessible path to liberation, as it doesn't require intellectual knowledge or extreme asceticism. It is driven by pure love, faith, and devotion. Krishna assures Arjuna that those who are devoted to him and serve him with unwavering love will attain eternal peace and liberation. Moksha. 3. Jnana Yoga, the yoga of knowledge. Jnana Yoga is the path of knowledge and wisdom, focusing on self-inquiry and the pursuit of ultimate truth. Krishna explains that true wisdom lies in understanding the nature of the self-Atman and realizing that the individual soul is eternal and beyond physical death. Through Jnana Yoga, one comes to recognize the distinction between the perishable body and the imperishable soul, thus overcoming the fear of death and attachment to material life. Krishna teaches Arjuna that the soul is immortal and cannot be destroyed, even if the body perishes. This understanding helps Arjuna realize that the people he is reluctant to fight against are not just their bodies, but eternal souls that transcend life and death. By realizing this, individuals can free themselves from the cycle of birth and death samsara and attain liberation. 4. Raja Yoga, the yoga of meditation and discipline. Although less emphasized than karma, bhakti, and jnana yoga, the Gita also introduces elements of Raja Yoga, or the yoga of meditation and self-discipline. Krishna explains the importance of controlling the mind and senses through meditation and concentration. By practicing mindfulness and controlling desires, individuals can achieve mastery over their thoughts and emotions, leading to greater spiritual insight and inner peace. This path involves meditative practices to still the mind and cultivate a sense of detachment from worldly distractions, enabling a deeper connection with the divine, the nature of reality, duality, and non-duality. One of the central philosophical teachings in the Gita is the idea of duality and non-duality. Krishna explains that while the world appears to be full of dualities, such as life and death, pleasure and pain, success and failure, these are merely illusions created by the mind. The ultimate reality is beyond these dualities, and the soul Atman is part of the infinite, formless, and eternal Brahman, the supreme reality. Krishna also reveals his universal form to Arjuna, showing that all of existence is interconnected and that everything emanates from the divine. This vision helps Arjuna understand that the universe operates according to divine laws, and that everything happens according to the will of the Supreme. Realizing this helps individuals rise above the illusion of separateness and realize their oneness with all creation, detachment, and the art of living. Krishna's teachings repeatedly emphasize the importance of detachment, not in the sense of apathy, but as a way to transcend ego and material desires. He encourages Arjuna to detach himself from the fruits of his actions and to perform his duties with a calm and balanced mind. This idea of nishkama karma, selfless action, is one of the core principles of the Gita. Detachment does not mean inaction, but rather acting with full engagement, while being free from selfish motives or expectations. By cultivating detachment, one can maintain inner peace, even in the face of adversity or uncertainty. The call to action. In the end, Krishna urges Arjuna to stand up and fight, not out of anger or attachment, but as a fulfillment of his dharma. Arjuna's duty as a warrior requires him to participate in the battle, and Krishna's teachings help him to do so without fear or attachment to the results. Arjuna is ultimately transformed by Krishna's wisdom, realizing that life's struggles and responsibilities are part of a greater cosmic order, and that by surrendering to divine will, he can act with clarity and purpose. Conclusion. The Bhagavad Gita is a timeless, spiritual, and philosophical text that addresses the fundamental questions of life: how to live meaningfully, how to fulfill one's duties, and how to attain liberation. Through Krishna's teachings, the Gita presents multiple paths to spiritual realization, emphasizing that no matter one's personal inclinations or life circumstances, liberation is within reach. Its message of selfless action, devotion, wisdom, and detachment continues to inspire readers across the world, offering guidance for living a balanced and purposeful life.